Aubrey back again on news from the other side. If this is your first time hearing about news from the other side, we actually interview prominent teachers who flew from their home countries to the US, and they have gained lots of experience over here in the US. And they came through a program I always evangelize about, which is the cultural exchange program. Some of these teachers have stayed here over the 5 years that you are mandated to stay and gone over to a different visa category. So today I have one of the pioneers of the program. So upon all his busy schedule, he actually squeezed up his time to push me somewhere for this interview to come on. We had actually planned to do this almost a year ago, but it wasn't possible. But today, which is the eve of Thanksgiving, he is going to speak with us, share his experience and any advices that he has for uh, other teachers who are on their way coming to the US. He will give it to us so that it will help us in our field as teachers in the US classroom. So, without further time I waste, I'll throw the ball to him for him to introduce himself. Actually, we always have a series of questions that we have penned down that we go according to as the interview transpires. So, Mr. Dingra, I'll give the ball to you to pass. And you introduce yourself, where you are, and what you do in the US. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Mr. Abre. As you earlier said, we've scheduled this meeting almost a year, but we thank God today has been a fruitful day for us to be. As you earlier said, hello viewers, my name is John Adinra. I'm a science educator here in the United States, specifically Georgia, Savannah. I teach a STEM academy, and I've been teaching science for the past 8 years that I've been in the United States. Um, I hold a Master's of Education degree from University of Education, and I've been teaching for the past 20 years. Yeah, I think that will be enough for the viewers. I
Wow.
think so. Yes.
Okay. So this interview has two audiences. One is for those who are back in their home country, either Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Tanzania, wherever you are in Africa. And the other audience is our fellow colleagues who are here in the US already. And he is actually the administrator for the Ghana diaspora teachers in the
Yeah,
diaspora. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
he's the administrator for that, and we have about 400, over 450 teachers here from Ghana on that platform. So he actually came up with that idea, and that group has been very, very vibrant over here. So if you don't know Mr. Dinyira, this is Mr. Dinyira, the first gentleman on the platform. All right, thank you so much for introducing yourself. We actually want to know your pre-migration life. Where did you teach in Ghana? And at what school, what subject were you teaching back home? As you said, you were a science educator. Any other pre-migration life back home?
Well, thank you. Back in Ghana, I was teaching at Ekropon Equiapim, specifically at High Mount Sinai Senior High School. We call it Half Mount Sinai, yes. I was teaching biology, and then also teaching integrated science. But predominantly, I was doing teaching biology. And also um, I have had experience in basic education. That is in we call it junior school. That's where I started my teaching after training college, and after that I went back to the university, and then I did my 1 year internship at Presbyterian College of Education, where I was teaching science for like 1 year. Then I was posted to Mount Sinai, where I was before I came over here. Yes, back at Mount Sinai, I had a lot of experiences because, good enough, my principal over here, there we call them the headmasters, gave me a lot of opportunities to explore like give me a lot of administrative functions to be able to support him in his work. So I was a dining hall master. I was equally a house master. That school was at that time was quite small, so one teacher could have a lot of roles. So I was able to handle, house master, dining hall master, and I was able to execute my responsibilities to the best of my abilities. So yes, that gave me a platform and also an opportunity to render my services to the school and to the students.
All right, that's great. Very interesting. So, at what point did you hear about the cultural exchange program?
Yes, this cultural exchange program, I heard it right. I think it was in 2000 and 2010. I think I heard about it 2010.
Wow.
But I wasn't paying much attention to it. Yes.
2010.
Yes. Yeah. It was 2010, but I wasn't too sure because no, sometimes you hear some of these things and you are not too sure it is true. You are thinking of financial commitment and all of that.
Yeah.
But it became more I became more interested in it in 2000, I think 2015.
Okay.
Yes, a colleague, friend of mine back in the university, I think after school, we were having a conversation and he was like, hey, I saw this advertisement in the newspapers. Are you interested in teaching in the United States? I said, why not? Then she sent the link to us. We tried it with one of my friends here in the United States. He's in North Carolina now. Vikash, we call him Vikash. I think he might be watching this
Yeah.
one day. And yeah. And so we tried it. And unfortunately, the link to the program, we tried Faces, but unfortunately, Faces website was obsolete for one reason I don't know. So we couldn't process it. And so one day, I was in my office back in Mount Sinai, and a colleague friend of mine, he is in the IT unit. He's in Kumasi now. He wanted to share. Um, he wanted me to help him with something, and the reciprocal gesture he made was, "Hey, I have this program in the United States as well. Will you be interested?" I said, "Why not?" Then he gave me the name of the company. I said, "Oh, I've tried it, but I couldn't send the applications to them because the website was obsolete." Then he said, "Oh no, send it to me. I'll forward it for you." So I sent it to him. He forwarded it, and all of within a twinkle of an eye, I received feedback from them asking me to update my information on the new website they have created. And that was the start. That was the start of my journey. Yes, so I uploaded all of my information, but unfortunately, that particular year, because I applied late, they told me that unfortunately they cannot consider me for that year, so they will have to consider me for the next year. And I waited patiently for that. I applied again, and I was successful at it.
So interesting. 2016.
Yeah,
Wow.
yes,
So it looks like you've been here for roughly 8 years, right? 8 years.
yes. I was here in 2017. Yes.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So what were some of the requirements they needed back then, and has there been any change or any changes till now?
Yes. Now there are so many companies that are bringing in J1 teachers. Prior to that, we knew of a few like EPI, FACES, TPG, and a few of them. I can say that I was the second Ghanaian on the platform. I mean, to come here.
Wow.
New faces, yes. Um, I mean, it wasn't open to Ghanaians like Jamaicans. You have a lot of Jamaicans. I mean, Filipinos from Venezuela. I mean, so many Romania and all of that. But Ghana, I think Africa, we were few. So I was the second. I think my senior, who is the last year, was like had been in the system for like a year or two. So yeah, it wasn't that popular.
Wow.
Yes, the requirement. It depends on the company that you are coming, who's hiring you to come here. With faces, the requirements were not too stressful. Hitherto we didn't have to have any credential evaluation. But the basic things you needed was your driver's license. You should also have three references from one could be your lecturer, one should come from your current school, and one could come from any person who knows you. And then, so as the year go by, they keep adding and adding and adding some of the requirements.
Yeah.
But those days, the requirements were very simple things. EPI was requiring
Bank statement.
statements.
Yeah.
Yes, but that of faces wouldn't require that. So I think I felt like, okay, I wouldn't want to go into this hassle of bank statement and all of that. So let me stick to faces and make sure that I'm successful at it. So the requirements haven't changed that much, but different companies, depending on the company you're applying to, you'll be required to add certain information to it. So
Okay.
I think if the audience need more information about it, we can rule it out and let them know the specific documents they should have.
Okay. Even as for the requirements, I've always been publicizing information about it on my pages. So just as you said, you need your 4-year bachelor's degree. If you have your teacher's diploma, which lasted for 3 years, you can add up to your top up degree that you had. It will amount to the 4-year bachelor's degree. Your 3 recommendation letters, just as you said, one from your principal, assistant principal, or colleague. Driving license is very mandatory for certain agencies, and your experience verification and some other few documents. Yeah. Okay. So during your time, was it only publicized in the dailies, only in the
Yes,
newspapers?
during my time, you could see it only in dailies. The jobs, I've forgotten
Yeah.
jobs.
Daily Graphic, and is it
Yes,
job something? Yeah.
yes,
Wow.
Ghana.
So
Yeah,
it means.
that's where you can find it. But before then,
Mhm.
we had there was one. I think when we contacted them, it was somebody who had actually posted it. So he got back to us and asked us to, I mean, let him help us with the documentations and all of that. By then we're not too sure of people, so we felt like, hey, we wouldn't want to put in money when we don't know the outing. So I did the research.
Okay.
Actually, I did the research. I took some few particular documents and went online, did a lot of research, and then unfortunately for me, it popped up.
Wow.
Faces popped up, EPI popped up. So most of my colleagues that came here, I rather introduce them to EPI.
Good.
Because I say, hey, I'm working on faces, but I have one other company. If you want to do it, I gave it to them. Let's go ahead and do it. And they came through EPI.
Wow.
Yeah.
And had any of your friends been surprised with the requirement? You not paying so much money and you being sponsored, your flight ticket will be paid for, other things are being paid for. Wasn't it so surprising?
It was because you know how Ghana was and is. I don't know how it is now. Because at that point, everybody's dream is to travel, go to United, and traveling, not just traveling, go to the United States.
Yes.
So if you go to the website and tells you everything is free, and all you have to do is to put in application. And I always tell my colleagues that look, the application, filling application is first step of the interview because it can frustrate you. So if it frustrates you and you give up, that's it. You've lost the first round of interview. Yes. So that's what they do. They do it in a way that only the resilient will
Yes.
go through it. Yes. Those who are passionate about what they want to do. If you think, oh, this is stressful me, I'm not going to do it, means that you are not capable of going through the application. Then it's going to be difficult for you to even handle the situation when you come here.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of paperwork when you come here, when you come to the United States. So we knowing that we're not going to pay anything was quite, is it true? Is it true? Could it be a scam or something? But hey, we are not paying anything, so why don't you try?
Good.
That's how come we tried putting application. So I was excited when I was receiving feedback. Oh, we've received received your document, we are working on it, you get a few. I said, oh, that's great. At least somebody's on the other side responding to us. Yeah, so it was interesting, fascinating, like, hey, there's not going to be any money involved. So we
Okay.
were excited about it.
Okay. Now let's jump a little bit to the day of your visa interview. So, do
Right.
you do you remember when you went for your visa appointment?
Yes. Uh, Actually, let me tell you one background story. When I made the application, I actually totally, because let it be straight with those applying. When you're making the application, sometime for the next 6 months, you might not hear anything from them.
Yeah.
You might think they've forgotten about you. Yeah, so within that period, I actually had an accident.
Wow.
And yeah, I had an accident and I had to be going to the hospital almost every 2 days. So I felt like maybe I may not be able to come. 3 weeks after my accident, I received a call, direct call, and it was a US number. So I was like, I've applied to one of the universities in the United States and they have been bothering me with phone calls and all of that. I hope it's not one of them. So my instinct said, no, pick it up. When I picked it up, it was my sponsors who was asking me to avail myself on an interview that very day. It was in mid July. So I was like, really interview that day? Quickly, I had to go get bundle, bought about, data on my phone, everything, set up my living room, everything like that particular evening. There's going to be an interview. So I granted them that interview. And I didn't even get off my chair when the email came in that, hey, they hired you. You know what? I don't know what came into my system. I was like, so I'm out of Ghana. I'm out.
Wow.
Totally out.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, so that then another voice told me, hey, you have a visa interview to attend. I said, oh my goodness. So then I had to put in a visa application, and good enough, I got a good date. By on the 6th of August 2017. Yes, I got a date for the interview. It was usually a Wednesday, I think so. So I dressed, as a young guy going to the United States, had my file, clear bag in my hand, everything. Went into the embassy, went through the protocols. I was called by the consulate. Then the lady was interviewing me, asking me what I teach. Did I teach the previous day before coming? What topic did I teach? As she was doing that, she was processing some few things out there. And the last question she asked me was, "Are you sure you're going to come back after your program?" I said, "Of course." As I know you, then the response was, "I know you say yes because in this case there's nothing like there's nothing. It's obvious." Yeah, but she's giving me the visa, hoping that I'll follow through with what my words. I said, yeah, I agree with you. Then she gave me a white paper and said I should get ready for my visa the next. It should come to the mail or I should go to the DHS. Is it DHL? Right?
DHL, yeah.
Yeah, the DHL office to collect my visa. I walked out, and because those right in front of me, about almost 90% of the people in front of me were denied.
Yeah.
So we were praying that no, I shouldn't go to this booth. I shouldn't go to this booth because you can see that there's a particular booth now. They'll deny you. So when I got it, I was excited about it. It came out. My friend was waiting for me to pick me up, and I told him, "Hey, America, here I come." Yes. So that was the happened.
All right. Now, on the flip side, the experience back home. Were you married then, or did you have any immediate family members who were in the known of your advances in traveling? How did they feel at that
Yes.
time back home?
At that time, my friends, a few of them, because sometimes I didn't want to disclose my intentions or plans, what I was doing. It wasn't for a bad intention, but I wouldn't want to feel like, hey, you told us this, what has happened about know what? There is a program. I want to be the guinea pig of that program. I want to start it. When I'm successful, I'll roll you guys in. I don't want us all to go in and at the end maybe we lose or there's monetary requirement and you guys might be shortchanged. So let me go. If there is any monetary requirement, I'll pay for it. When I'm successful at it, you all will come along. So a few friends of mine were aware of it, and my mom was living with me by then because I had an accident. So she knew I was doing something like that. Yeah. So when I was through, I told them, look, the door is open. This is the link. I'm going there. When I go there, I'll make sure I advocate for you guys, for you to come. Yeah.
So good. All right, guys. So let's pause here and make a small advertisement. So this program is proudly sponsored by Pick Africa. Pick Africa is an online shop where you can get nicely or well-tailored clothing with Afrocentric themes here in the US. So if you want to order for any of their products, I always display the advertisement over here. So it is pickafric.com. You go there, they have shirts, they have hoodies, they have winter things that you can wear during this winter. They have things for ladies as well. So please, 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 as you patronize them, you are also in a way promoting what we do over here. The other one is Pay For Me. So Pay For Me is an app where you can make payments for your tuition fees here in the US. If you also want to pay for your service. Do you know that you cannot pay for service back home in either South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, and some other African countries? So if you want to pay for your service fee, this app is right there to help you. You just have to download the app on either the App Store or the Play Store, and you input my discount code whenever you're making any payment. You're going to get a discount for that. The discount code is displayed on the screen right now. It is YAW underscore ABBREY, YAW underscore array. So use them. We've partnered with them and they will help you deliver your service fee in no time. According to their standards and procedures, they said 1 to 48 hours your service fee would reflect in your email. So that is it. These are the two companies that are proudly sponsoring us. So let's continue, Mr. Adingra. Now, you've gotten your visa. Do you know when exactly you left Ghana and the touchdown experience when you got to any of the entry points in the US? Can you tell us about that?
Good. I think I got my visa. I applied the visa, I think, on Wednesday. It should be on on the 6th or 7th, I think. Then the Friday I was to collect it, and my flight was the Saturday.
Wow.
Yes.
No delay.
On my part, there was no room for because I was already late. I ruled myself out because this is in August.
Yeah.
And my colleagues have already reported they've had orientation. So when I was looking and monitoring the website and I felt many people have been hired, I said, oh my goodness, maybe I have to try the next year. So when I got that, everything was quick. So I got a visa on the Friday, that was I think on the 10th. And I left on the Saturday. I got here, I think, on the 12th of August. Yes, my arrival. We've been watching United States on screen videos and all of that. So where I came through, maybe I came to South Carolina. So we came to Colombia. I was thinking, oh, we're going to see skyscrapers, all those kind of things, and everywhere is. But when I came, it looks like if you lived in Accra, the city, you'll be able to, share that connection. So I thought, oh, okay, United States is all not the same. Yeah, yeah, but I love the system. I think more like things were working. At the airport, you go through the check point and everything was on point. Check, luggages and everything was properly done. So those were the feelings. Like I felt okay. It wasn't like the visual expectation I was looking forward to,
Yeah.
like what I see in the videos. yes, well, that's not what I saw. But with time, I said, okay, what else can I add? A system. The system was working for me. So I was like, okay, so United States is not the same as we look at it from the videos and all of that. Because there are cities that are like that, like Chicago, I mean,
New York,
New York, um, DC,
DC, yeah,
all those places are
it's
the
yeah.
ones we see mostly on our TVs. Yeah, they don't actually show us the other states and all of that. Yeah,
Okay.
so that
Now,
was a good thing.
I wanted us to talk about it later on, and but let me bring it. You said systems. What are some of the things that you have really benefited from this system that you just pronounced?
Well, when we talk about the system, for example, if I want to, you know, currently in Ghana, I think it's also working like the transportation systems and all of that. Back in South Carolina, for example, we have the bus system is not very reliable. So we have the bus system that's not very reliable. So you have to deal with your personal transportation or possibly have to deal with Uber and all of that. I realized that address system was very effective. Yes, so if you need something and you state your address straight away, we are not scared. Everything comes to you. You give your address to anybody, if the person comes to your house directly without any difficulty. Even when you go to the groceries, most of it's cashless. Most times it's cashless system, so you don't have to carry a lot of money on you when you are purchasing things. Um, if you I mean, if you report an incident, I mean, there's a rapid response that will come to your aid. Again, healthcare. If you want to go to the hospital, for example, you don't have to be a citizen because before they will attend to you. The important thing is they just if you are sick, they have to attend to you before even the payment and all of that. They wouldn't have to ask you, are you able to afford it before they take care of you? You have to be taken care of. And after that, you deal with the billings later on. So those are some few things I experienced at the beginning, and I felt we could emulate same in our country.
Yeah.
And because we pay taxes in there, and I think the taxes should go in to support the livelihood of the people
Okay.
or the citizens in the country. And it's not far-fetched. It's not something that I cannot do. It is just about you having the vision and implementing it. So I think we can do it.
Okay, great. Now you've landed in the US. Let's talk about things that every new teacher goes through when they get here. Accommodation, transportation. How was yours like?
Right. Um, Good question. When I was coming, they made us aware that we would take care of our own accommodation, we would take care of our own transportation. That means we need to get a car, purchase a car for ourselves, and also some few like um, household things that will be needed. Um, Things have changed now because I think we made a lot of advocacy for, especially for my district, to the extent that new teachers that my district were hiring, they tried to make available some household stuff for them so that they would start well with it. Yeah, my time it wasn't the same. So getting a house, I mean, at that time you come here, you don't have any credit score. So um, agencies, I mean, house owners and or rentals agents may be skeptical a little bit about renting out the house to you. So sometimes your bills, your rents, this thing might go up in terms of your deposits. Yeah. So I always advise that you get somebody who can share the property with you. Yes, so that at least cost will be lowered for you because at that moment it's expensive. They don't tell you all this before you come. You think that on your DS 2019, oh, I'm going to be paid 120,000 or whatever. a whole year or 90,000 a whole year, man. If you have to do the math. They won't tell you the rent cost this,
Yes.
transportation cost this. So you convert everything into Ghana cedis.
And you think you are rich.
I mean, within a year, you can take take care of your whole family, even break down your family house and rebuild it. That's the thought that will be happening until you come in and say, hey, it's kind of expensive because if you are renting a house and you get a house, a 2 bedroom for like 800, 900 dollars. Even at the time I came, yeah, 800, 900. If you go to a low class area, then you're going to get it like 500 and all of that. Yes, but if you want to go to a decent place, at that time was 900. Now I think it's in the mid of 1,000,
Yeah, 1,002.
1,008, almost $2,000. Yeah. So what I did was good enough. There was one guy who had lived in the United States for so long, and he was looking for a roommate. So my coordinator just asked me, "Hey, are you interested in renting a room at a friend's place?" I said, "Why not?" I went to look at the room, and it was convenient for me because I was alone. I had just my luggage from Ghana, so I could manage it for until I get a good place to live. And to be honest, I lived in that for 5 years. Spent with you. Yeah, because 7 months into our living together, he moved back to his house. So the house now, the apartment now became mine, and then I lived there for a while. And subsequently, a lot of people that came in have also lived in that house. Yeah, lots of them. People come and say, "There's a place. Why not? If you're interested, use it." Yeah. So with that, that's one accommodation. I advocate that you share with somebody so that you minimize cost. Car, your vehicle, you should also think of having a medium of transportation is very key. There are companies that make available, hiring, some purchases, like you can go to companies to buy the car and you'll be paying it monthly and all that. If you're interested in that, why not? Go ahead and do that. I wouldn't ask you not to go for it. If you think your purchasing power is good to go for it, go for it. And also, if you have a little bit of money, you can go for some of these used cars, maybe from salvage cars, and people are selling some of those things. You can also go for it. It's quite less expensive. You can have a payment plan with whoever is in charge, and possibly you will make payment to the person, and that'll be good. That'll be fine. So you definitely need a car based on the state that you find yourself. Mostly southern states, you definitely need a car.
Yeah.
And with your you definitely need an accommodation. So before you leave Ghana or any other part of the country of the world coming in, please have it in mind you need an accommodation. If you have a platform, start thinking about it. Start thinking of sharing. I mean, it's not bad. I know some of us lived by ourselves. I mean, we didn't want to share anything, but here is a different experience, and this cultural exchange. I always say, look at the cultural exchange. So the cultural exchange, living with people, you learn people's livelihood, and you will be able to connect with everybody within the system. So I think that is my experience with that.
Okay. All right. So just a quick question about a small debate that we're having on the teachers platform. So, with your experience till now, which would you opt for? Financing a car or buying outright? I know if you go into the explanation details, you would want to, it depends, but to you, which do you think is the best?
All would depend on your income, and also you look at your family system. Yeah, everybody is different.
Yeah.
Here's the case: somebody has a family, like a wife and 2 kids. You're intending bringing all of them here. You should know that the possibility of your wife not working for a while is there.
Yeah.
So all financial responsibility will be on you. Okay, your kids are coming in and all of that. If you think you can afford financing of a car for 6 years and paying high insurance and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
when you're financing the car, it's not for you, it's for the loaning agency. So they will not let you take any insurance anyhow. You will take a full coverage insurance. Okay. So with that, if you put all together and you look at how much you'll be earning a month, and you take that amount of money out and take your expenses and everything, you can still have something left for you and you'll be comfortable with it. Why not? Because you might be going for something newer, because those cars that you are financing are newer, maybe a year old, a 2-year old vehicle, and all of that. So you are sure of less visit to the mechanics and all of that. That is certain. On the other hand, if you want to also make some savings and you think that, hey, this that you are having, the money you are making will not be enough for you, however, you can afford um, the
Monthly payments.
monthly payments, go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
So it's individual based. Yes, I wouldn't put it like definitely you have to go for one of it. Because
Yeah.
if you had the money, I don't think anybody would be doing
Financing.
because if you have like $12,000,
Sitting there
$15,000, I don't think you come in and say, oh, I want to do financing. You go straight ahead and
and
go to
buy it.
the garage and buy a car of your choice and walk home with it. But
Yeah.
because of the financial,
Constraints.
strength, everybody is different. So I think we look
All
at it
right.
from that angle.
All right.
And if
That's a
you
great
want to
answer.
start, yeah,
So
yeah.
the
So
next
and
one
you can,
is okay.
yeah, people can advise you, but the decision is on you as to
Okay.
how best you, because you have to be healthy to go to the classroom. We'll get to the classroom section later.
Yeah. Yeah. We get
It's
it.
important.
All right. So the next one is the classroom section. So now, uh, dates of your job commencement. When did you start teaching proper in the classroom? And you will talk about the cultural shock or the first time experience in the US classroom.
Great. I was sent to my school on I think on the 16th or 17th of August. I was a little bit scared going to the school. My director just said, John, get into the car. I'm taking you to your school. I said, taking me to your school. So yes, I sat in my car. I had already purchased my car, so I just drove and followed him. He just drove me to my school, introduced me to my principal. They all came and they hugged me and,
Oh,
hey, you're welcome. We've been waiting for you. We thought you were not coming. I'm like,
oh,
oh, how come? And so, oh, your classroom is ready. Can I go and show you around? I said, why not? My mentor was all over the place. I must be honest with you. I had a good mentor. Yeah, I had a good mentor. Yeah, she mentored me very well. So my principal walked me to my classroom, opened the door, and said, Mr. Adingra, this is your classroom. If you need any help, just let us know.
that's
He
all.
just closed the door and left. I said, what? That's it? Like, this is my classroom? The whole class was empty. You know, I had walked through some of the class and they decorated the rooms and all of that. It looks so beautiful. I'm like, so how am I going to make my room so, beautiful? Look like the classrooms that I saw on my way here. Or does the school do it for them or what? Then they gave me a stack of books
Mm-hmm.
in kind of a crate, books. They just pushed it at me and said, these are the books that you might be needing. I looked through it and it was more physical science. And back in Ghana, I was teaching more of biology, chemistry. Physical sciences, you're doing astronomy, you're doing physics, you're doing all of that.
Wow.
So it's going to be a new orientation for me. You've been teaching something for the past 7 to 8 years, and now you have to start teaching something new at a new environment. I said, my goodness, is there a way I can go back to Ghana or I should just stay here? Fear just gripped. Like, should I go back or stay? And I've told these people that I'm coming to the United States. If I go back to Ghana, what am I going to tell them that for all the things you do here, you couldn't teach? So I was like, hey, let me go through this document and see how best I can start. Question: how do you even start?
That is it.
How do you start? The kids, you don't even know that, man. What the standards? You give you a standard, you don't even understand what standards are, because we don't use standards in Ghana. We use
Objectives.
no, even we call it something like, it's not objectives, it's
Strands.
the syllabus, right?
Yeah, syllabus. Yeah,
They
syllabus.
give us a syllabus and they give you those. We don't even understand what it is that they give you standards. And here's the case: they don't give you lesson notes. They've not made a lesson plan. Like, they've not done anything. So you have to sit down, look at the standards, look at what the standards demand, and drive your lesson notes out of it. And coming out to look at the pacing guide. What is pacing
Pacing
guide?
guide.
We don't even know what a pacing guide is. So it means that you have a number of topics and you have to spread it out
To the 9 weeks.
specific time so that you'll be able to deliver your lessons within a specific time. And you cannot spend too much time on one particular topic or too less time on one particular topic. So it was a lot. And also coming in with new platforms. Power School. What is Power School? You have to learn. That's where you're going to be taking attendance. I said, what is all this? Give us a register. Let us mark register. And when you go for such PDs, they are training you just like you already know what it is. And
That is the
they are
problem.
not letting, no, they are not going to make like some kind of an exception for you to say that, oh, you are coming from a different country, you might not understand some of this thing. And with the Ghanaian culture, we Ghanaians, we are a little bit calm. We are not aggressive in
Yeah.
asking questions and all. So we come to look at what is going on, but we are confused. I'm be honest with you.
Everybody was.
We are confused. And you'll be asking yourself questions. Am I at the right place? I hope that I'm not going to be fired the next 2 weeks because you may not be able to deliver the first 2 weeks. This is my mental stress. And they throw the things at you. And here we have email communication. There's not like notice board, they are putting information there, you have to visit notice board to read anything. So you check your emails and they are throwing stuff, click on this link, register this. You don't even understand what it is. Google Classroom at the time we're using, we hadn't used Google Classroom back home. What is it? How do I do post assignments? How do the students see it? How am I able to? And the students, one good thing is, the students are familiar with this. So guys, those of you coming, don't think that you know way better than the student. If you don't know it,
They can even
what I'll
teach
tell
you.
is that don't make it too obvious that you don't know. Make it look like, hey, you are struggling with something. Are you able to support me with it? They will teach you. These kids will teach you what it is. So don't be scared at all. They are there to help you and they will guide you through all some of these things. Yeah. So those are the things I experienced the first day.
All right.
And especially through that classroom, giving me those stack of books, going through it. And one thing was, there's not a lunchtime for me to go and buy food to eat. If you haven't eaten and you don't have food with you, you'll be hungry throughout the whole day.
Yeah.
And that's one of my experience. Yeah,
Okay.
that I had that particular day.
Okay.
I'll talk about maybe when the first day with my students.
Yeah. Okay. So one thing, just as you were talking, I'm just reminiscing as I don't know if there is a way for us to advocate for all international teachers, because also I had the same experience in my school. They deliver things to you as if you were trained here in the US, though during the interview you were able to answer some of the questions, and they should know, because I'm trying to pass an interview, I'll go all out, research certain new things and tell you, but I wasn't trained with that. So going forward, I just hope there will be a body for all international teachers, where we can let the school district understand that they should explain things in basic terms for us. This is how we do it back home in Ghana, this is learning intention. It was my first time hearing learning intention and success criteria. And
Exactly.
if they took their time to explain, oh, this is learning intention, this is success criteria, and I will also tell them, oh, this is how we did it back home. So this is the community of these two
The
things.
nomenclature is different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Without the term limits. Yeah.
I just pray so hard that Department of Education or the school district would come to that sector of realization that they need to let international teachers also throw out how they do things back home, and they bring out a common grounds between these two information so that it can really help, because we are struggling, and till now, even since 2017 that you came, this problem is still there and no one is helping us.
Yes. I think one thing that the district can do is to have an international teacher directorate
Yes, I
where
like that.
those districts that hire teachers internationally to have that directorate where they will have a separate meeting for the international teachers to
Good.
explain some of this, because the district is a platform there. The rest of it, I'll ask my colleagues, hey, you know what, you have to learn quick. But the basic things that we use at school, the platforms that we use, at least they will have a separate section for them so that they can slowly explain the things to them. Because when we join the regular teachers, it's so quick.
Everything is so quick.
You know, the more confusing part is the questions the regular teachers will ask. Throws everything off board. Because they ask questions, I don't even know the basics. You're asking like level 7 question. I don't even know the level 1. So I'm already confused and just sitting there, and they will ask, do you have any questions?
No, no question.
No question. Even though I know I'm starting to have the question. So one thing I did, one thing I did was, anytime I'm in a meeting like that and I'm confused, I don't stress my brain.
Okay.
I just shut it and sit through with you. When I'm done, we are done with it, I go back to the
Internet.
IT or whoever was handling the situation. I said, then I go back to them and say, you know what? Thank you for sharing all those information. I wish I wanted to learn more. Unfortunately, it's done differently back from where I come from.
Good.
If you could have time to explain it further for me to be able to, they will be glad to do it. They'll be glad to do it. So we shouldn't be shy. We shouldn't feel like, oh, when I go to ask them questions, they may not respond to you. You are there to help the student be successful. You don't expect that all of them will attend to you the same way. Some of them may feel like they are not ready, but put in a try. And if not, you can request that even from the principal that you need a further explanation to this. But as I earlier indicated, the districts that are hiring international teachers should have a directorate that does this. I think Faces started doing it after complaining to them. Formerly, when we came, we didn't have the opportunity of going to the schools to have an experience with how they use their smart boards and all of that. We didn't have that. But they've started incorporating it where they go to the schools sometimes to see how the schools operate some of this stuff. So I think it will help us all. And also with us here who have experienced some few things, we can set up kind of a group that will support these international teachers. And sometimes I used to do some of these things when I was in South Carolina, and even here I have a platform that sometimes at the Mr. O and all of that, we come together and we educate them on the things they need and their expectations. And all of that. So I think we here can also be of help to those ones.
Just not to cut you off, just as you were voicing out on the International Teachers Directorate, I think it's a good thing. I'll in my own little way speak to one of our recruiters in my district, and I'll explain things to her, because this is so during my time, and this is one of the stress that I went through. They were just spelling new things to me, and in America, abbreviations and acronyms, you would die. You would die. DOK. You will see.
DOK1, DOK2, DOK3. It should
What
be
is
red on.
this?
It should be there. What? I don't even
So
know what is this.
I'll voice out to the leadership in my seriously, they are also willing to help. So I'll just either I'll uh throw an invitation to her for an interview so that she tells us things, or I'll also email her something so that if they can set up an international teachers directorate to let us know that things are done differently at the other side of the world. Because it's so during my time I sat in a meeting and I was almost crying that am I dumb? I don't look dumb. And the things that they are talking about, I don't know. So when I get back to the house, I'll be crying. I'll say, "Ah, am I that daft? Mabona, like what is it?
Yeah,
Because what they are saying, I
you
don't
question
get it.
yourself. Yeah, you question your ability.
I don't
Um,
get it.
yes,
So it's a very good point, and I've heard that there are some other countries who also have platforms. If possible, I can reach out to the Nigerians, the Kenyans, and other platforms. If we can have also a common ground for only Africans, so that we can also push something to the school district, and it will really help because more people are coming this time. Yeah.
exactly,
Good point. Good
exactly.
point. All right, now to the first part, your
Yeah.
biggest experience, cultural shock from the
Yeah.
students in your classroom when the students were there. Unyina mini. What happened over there?
Actually, this was before we came. We were told that the case were quite disruptive. Let me be honest with the teachers coming. Your first, second day will be a reverse of what we've been telling you. We've been telling you that the cases are disruptive and they will not allow you to teach. It's not everywhere anyway. Unfortunately, where I am now is quite different. Where I was in Colombia was quite challenging. You know, students here, predominantly, they are not motivated intrinsically. Intrinsically means from within. You have to motivate them extrinsically, that's from outside. So you as a teacher, you should be ready to motivate these kids because they are not ready, they don't want to be there. They don't want to be in a classroom. They don't want to be there. They wish they were in their home doing
Yeah.
other stuff. By law, they just have to be there because they don't want a parent to go to jail. So as they are there, they are also not there ready to learn. They are there because the system makes them come there. So my first experience with these kids, they were quite nice. I came home and told my friend, "Oh, these kids were so nice. They were quiet. They didn't do anything. They were smiling and all of that." Then the second day, the third day, they will poke a little bit. They'll put something to see your reaction. If you don't respond to it, then they go to the next level, third level, fourth.
I like that.
So if you don't respond to it, and unfortunately, we are not used to it because in Ghana,
We don't do
the
classroom
system,
behavior management.
yes, because the system manages itself. The students they manage themselves. We have a class captain who write the topic and all of that, and you know how we discipline them. By the way, yeah, we'll find our own way of disciplining them. So when the list come, we'll deal with them. But here it's not like that. So one, this case will push a little bit, the button a little bit to see your reaction. Even though you have all your classroom rules and expectation,
Oh, forget
you know,
about
they have
it.
that soft spot. Oh, so we're yeah, saying yeah, this one it's not. Let me gloss over it. You are joking. That one thing that you gloss over, you didn't attend to it, has opened the door for the second, the third, the fourth, and by the time you get to the fifth that you are complaining about it, they now
Uncontrollable.
refer you to the one that you ignored. Jason did this, you didn't. Why are you talking about me? You go back. You don't come to me. Some of the students were like, don't come close to them. Don't come to their table. You're standing by the table saying, can you leave my table, please? I'm like, is it me? Is it me that these guys are talking to? Or what? You know, they will be like, go back, go back, go back. Stop. I mean, those are disrespectful. Like, is it intentional? Is it that they don't like me?
Oh,
That will be like, is it that they don't like me or what? Later I realized it's not that they're not liking you. They don't even want to be aware they are. So those were the culture shock. And one other thing that I experienced was how pronunciation.
Yes.
And I told
Accent.
her,
Accent will just
yes. So first disruption for us is the accent. So every teacher coming in, remember your first distraction that you cannot control is accent.
yeah.
Because your accent alone is a barrier
Mm-hmm.
to the kids. At the beginning, they will not. Anytime you talk, huh? Huh? What did you say? Can you say it again? Oh, that's the distraction. They start talking about it and yeah, be quiet, be quiet. Oh, that's what you said. Good. And some of the terminologies we say it differently,
Yeah.
like um something like the boot of a car. We
Yeah.
say the trunk,
Trunk.
trafficator, we use different things.
Indicate.
And in
Indicator.
a spelling, I was writing color,
You are.
COLOU. And my student will say, "You wrong. You don't know how to spell." I'm like, what is wrong with it? This is color. He said, "No, you don't know how to spell it. It's no you in color." I said, "Really?" And I'll take it out and put the R. So you see, you're having that challenges with these kids, and at the end of the day, you feel like, are you even being helpful? Okay, and also one culture shock I had was, mentally when we're coming from Ghana, we think, oh, American students are ready to learn. You are, they are
Yes.
ready. You come and sit down and say that hey, some of them are not prepared for you. They are not. They are not. They will build resistance towards what you have to teach. So it comes with quite a lot of experience. Comes with quite a lot of
Okay.
experience.
Great.
And not everybody will have the same way, but at least when you strike the average, you see that most of us have the same
Okay.
as they come to class and meeting our students.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we've wasted a lot of time on that. Let's talk about the uniqueness and features of U.S. education system. How different is it from what we know back home?
Well, the United States education system is not too far from what happens at home. Not too far from it. What I would say is when you look at the structure of United States education, let's look at the structure. They go through elementary, middle, and high
High
school.
school.
Then those then will want to go to college or universities will go. Same as Ghana, we have primary education, we have JHS, and we have SHS. If you look at the curriculum based in the United States, for example, they actually have state-based and it's quite flexible. So every state and their curriculum they run.
Yeah.
Okay. Back in Ghana, it is centralized. So even if you are the same thing that person in Accra is studying is what you're also studying. If you are in Gunja land, you are in Abejuwe, where I come from. The same thing that you are studying, the same thing somebody from Cape Coast is doing. But that's not the same in the United States. State of Georgia might have their own
Your own
curriculum,
thing.
state of South Carolina may have their own curriculum.
All right.
Assessment here as well is continuous, and they also have what they call a state test.
Okay.
Same as Ghana, we have continuous assessment, but what we do is we have terminal point where we have the basic education certificate examination and also the RASI. Here in the United States, we don't have terminal point. Like after elementary, you know the middle school you are going because community based. Then from middle school, you already know the second. The high school you are going, and you don't have to do any. You know your community high school, you go. Unlike Ghana, you have to write exams, pass before you go to high school. It's not the same. Class sizes. Here in United States, the class size is small,
Maximum
like
25.
I'm 25. But Ghana, you should be expecting 90, 100 students in one room. And you must assess them all the same way, whether they listen or not. Technology is high rated here. Technology. So, guys, those of you technology is important. Technology is not only the use of the devices like computers, projectors, like when you are interviewing, you still have a computer, have a project. Those are basic, I mean, tools. However, the technology itself is the software. You understand the softwares that you're going to be using to
Yeah.
calculate some of this. Those are the things you need to learn them, learn how to use them. And so in Ghana, it is limited in some areas because not everywhere have internet. Yeah,
Okay.
so the place that don't have internet, they struggle a little bit. That's under
Okay.
technology. Then the teaching style in the United States is purely student centered.
Good.
So if you are in Africa or Ghana or wherever you are, and you are used to teacher-centered approach, where attention is focused on you, you are the master of everything,
You have
and
to
you want the
flip it.
students to think that, oh, you are the best teacher in the whole school. If you come here, you're going to be terrible, you're going to feel terrible. You have to facilitate the learning. Put about 70% of the work should be on the student. Then you, the teacher, 30% you kind of facilitate their learning and approaches to how they work around it.
Okay.
Yes, and funding, I think yeah, funding is by states
States.
and yeah, state funding. And so it's not equal because some states are richer than others. So salaries are also not the same. I might be working in South Carolina, but I may be earning more than somebody in maybe Georgia or
Georgia.
something like that.
Yeah.
So the fact that we have the same education, whereas in Ghana it's more government based, and sources are quite challenging because government can't do it all. So I think basically I've just given you a summary of
Yeah. Yeah.
the
That's so good.
the yeah the
The
summary of
uniqueness and differences. Good. Good.
exactly.
All
Yeah.
right.
I've post the rest is I mean if you want to go to college it's up to you. It's a choice you make.
Okay.
But you remember here after high school they can work.
All right.
The
So
industry is something that Ghana can emulate.
the just ended submission really submitted everything. So let's go to post J1 live. Now you told us that you've stayed here for almost 8 years. It means you've gone through the J1 window and you've extended to a different visa category since you are here already. Now we have so many teachers who are very confused, and especially in this era that the US is coming up with stringent immigration policies over here. So tell us the post J1 life. How is it like? How should people go after the waiver? How like is there a light at the end of the tunnel as a J1 teacher over here?
Yes, I would say there's light at the end of the tunnel, like Atamils always say. Yes, yes, yeah. So there's light at the end of the tunnel because use me as an example.
Okay, good,
I have gone through it. I was successful at it. So definitely you also have the opportunity of coming through. All I will always want to say is a choice. Don't think that other people are seeking to stay, so you also want to stay.
good,
Is it something you want to do?
good.
If you think you don't want to stay after 5 years, hey, go back and come back in. Yes, you can still come back through J1. Yes. But life after J1, I sought my waiver at my fourth year. Yes, because I felt I needed more to share with the community that I
Good.
can. I felt I've gained a lot from them, and I needed to give back to that community. Not to say that I wasn't ready to go back to Ghana to share. No, as I'm even here, I share with some of my experiences with people back home. So you need a waiver. First of all, you need a waiver. The waiver goes through a process. So you need to apply through USCIS and through your embassy. They will send it to your home country, and your home country will issue a no objection. They don't issue you waivers, so they'll issue a no objection letter. The no objection letter means that we are aware of this citizen is where he's in the United States. He not coming home
Wouldn't
after the
cost
program
anything.
is no bother to us. You can have him and you can utilize his skills. So that's a no objection. And when that no objection is attached to the forms that you have filled, then the USCIS now will sit through it, look at the information you have provided, and say, oh, we'll issue you the waiver. Because our document, the J1 application, requires you a 2-year home return. Some of them don't require it, but about 90% require it. So the reason why you're applying for the waiver is to waive that 212E
Yeah.
clause that is on you. Yes. So that you can have opportunity to move on to a different visa. So that's what I did. Then in my fifth year, I still had my waiver through my fifth year. So I got my job at the end of my fifth year and I moved over to an H1 visa.
Okay.
I was good enough that the district was the district that will give you H and continue to process for permanent residency for you.
Okay.
So that was a good district. One thing you have to know, those of you coming to J1 and H1 are not the same. If you are J1 and you have a family, you should know that your family can work, especially your spouse can work. If you transition to H1, your spouse cannot work. And you yourself, you cannot do any other job apart from the offered job.
Wait. Mr. Dinya, wait. So it means J1, you had some side hustle you were doing, right?
J1, I wasn't doing it, but I had colleagues and friends that were doing it. We're
Okay.
having side jobs,
Okay.
side hustles. Yeah, you need to get in some income. Yeah, the law, it doesn't allow you to do it, but it's kind of flexible a little bit on that because they know it's like one intent.
Okay.
J1 is a one intent purpose. It tells you have an exit period, like
Yeah.
3 to 5 years. After that, this guy is leaving the country anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah.
H1 is a dual intent
Purpose. Yeah.
Anytime you have a J1 is a dual intent, means that person is moving towards a permanent resident, can't get it. So there's a lot of restrictions on H1.
H1B. Okay.
As to you cannot do anything. You cannot do drive Uber or whatever it is.
Just to chip in this, sometime there was a small argument on the page. So till now, there hasn't been any official restriction policy from Department of State restricting J1 teachers to having side jobs. I haven't seen any official document from them. But what I've come to understand is the sponsors don't want any confliction between your side hustle and your main purpose in this country.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, guys, if you come here with clamoring for money, you want side hustle, guys, in the first year, I'll advise you to stay focused in order to secure your job for the second year because it's not easy staying in the classroom with all the students mounting pressure on you, you trying to satisfy your job requirements. Put your feet on ground and your eye focused on the job. And if you want to do any side hustle, you can go into it in the second year or third year. Who cares? But just as you said, yes, continue, sir.
It's a good advice. I'll let them know that please, when you come your first year, I think we should have another interview that will delve strictly on requirement in the
Yes.
classroom, how you can navigate around your classroom successfully.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, it is very important that your first year, I'm begging of you guys, please, this is not the time to go and build your best house at home. Forget about everything. All right. Just think of yourself like, hey, you are dead and gone. You are starting all over. That particular year is to reinforce yourself in the classroom. Learn all the necessary techniques to be able to survive in your classroom. After 1 year, hey, you know what to do and you can do anything you want to do. So that would be the advice for those coming in. Secure the kingdom of God.
Xavier dead.
Yeah, the kingdom of God is that classroom that brought you here, the school that brought you.
Yes.
Secure your firm ground around it. Then the rest will come.
Yes.
You don't even have to call for it.
Okay. So, just as you said, guys, there are other side hustles. There are a lot of side hustles over there, but it shouldn't conflict with your main purpose of being in this country. There are a lot of side hustle. I know teachers who are refing. I know teachers who are driving Uber and Lyft, DoorDash, a whole lot of jobs. That's the reason why people say this place is a land of opportunities. But you need to reinforce yourself in the classroom. Make sure your principal can really attest to your good works in a school district. So, guys, that is it. And one major thing is, Mr. Dinura, let's talk about financial literacy for teachers. Back home, teachers, I wouldn't condemn teachers to be the poor people in the public sector, but we know teachers not to be having enough money and being affluent. So, what are you going to tell us on? Because I watched one of your interview with Mr. O way back in Ghana. You guys with Mr. Salas, you were talking about financial literacy. So far, I'm pretty sure you know about investment. Me, for instance, I've made a whole video on investment and how J1 teachers can make it over here. I'm not saying I'm rich, but information are out there. And Ghanaian teachers, we still have those Ghanaian mentality. We are not opening up. Can you use just 5 minutes? Tell us financial literacy for Ghanaian teachers, financial literacy for African teachers. What do we do? Because this place full of information and system that if you understand it, you can easily make it. Tell something about that.
Great. Thank you. Back in Africa or back in Ghana, as you said, we rely solely on our salaries because, and a few of them will do other side jobs and all of that. But because of the demands of the system, it's not enough for us because we have to finance everything out of pocket. Here in the United States, you have access to credit cards, which can equally be useful and it can also be damaging. Yes, because here, if you want to buy a home, buy a car, or whatever it is, you need something like collateral, like what we do in Ghana, we need a collateral. Here, they may not need any collateral from you, but they need to find out whether or not when you borrow, you're able to pay.
Yeah.
How are they able to do that? So some of them will tell you, oh, you can't don't take any credit card, nothing. You don't have to. You're not taking a credit card because you are poor or because you want to use it. Because you want to prove to the lenders
You are credit
that
worthy.
you are credit worthy. When they give me money, I'm capable of paying. So they need a history. So when they see that history, then they can now afford to render the services they want to render to you. So have it in mind. Having a credit card is not a bad idea. It's a way to build a credit for yourself to show that hey, you are capable of making
Just
money.
to chip in
So
this, Mr. Linya, so days ago I was trying to open a bank account, a high yield savings bank account for my wife. And since she came, she hadn't applied for a credit card. And you can you believe that two banks, two to three banks, denied her application because
yes,
she doesn't have financial footprint in this country.
this country,
So, guys, credit history, credit score is very important. You
it
need to
is.
have a financial control of yourself if you have about 20,000 on your credit card. So don't let you people saying that it is not important to go for loans, financing, and all that. You need financial footprints in this country. So let's continue. So you've
Yes.
mentioned
So with
credit
yes,
card. Yeah,
yes. So with what you have said, for important, you need your credit footprint. At least you should have a history of your financial transactions. What is going on? Your debit account is not just is enough for you to prove a point. Yes. Then also with investment, like you should know what exactly is high yielding investment. What exactly do you want? How do you want your money you are earning? Would you want to keep it in the bank where at the end of the year you have 0.00%, 0.1%? You can put a $10,000 in an account. By
and
the
it
end of
still
the
stay
year,
there.
it's the same. You're going to get like 0 point something of a cent if there's nothing coming on it. So you should do some more. I wouldn't be able to tell you go here, go there. I think when you are in it, you have to sit down and look at what is best for you. And since we have people on this platform like Mr. Abri and all of that, they are the people you can reach out to. Hey, this is what I'm making, this is what I'm doing. I'm making this side hustle. I want this side hustle to yield something for me. What do I do? Okay. These are people who are going ready to help you out. One thing about we African, we don't want to share, neither do we want to ask questions.
That is it.
So we are stuck at where we are. If the more questions you ask the people, the more knowledgeable you become. In Bible says lack of knowledge my
People
people perish.
perish.
So with all this information, if you don't ask for information, you cannot move forward. All right. And also, with even your credit card, how do you utilize it? The fact that it give you $2,000. Oh, me want $2,000.
I go chop am all.
Because you chop am, you spend that 2,000. You should know that's a borrowed money, and it's going to hit your credit score badly because at least you should make no more than 30% of what they're giving
Yeah.
you. So if you are giving like $1,000, you don't have to spend more than $300 within the period. You know, you must pay back that money within that period that they've given you. Like 1 month, you have to pay back so that you can use it again. It's your own money. It's the same money you are recycling. Yeah. So you have to know how somebody can have like just $1,000. You might have $10,000, but you might have spent like $7,000 on it.
On it.
I might spend only $200 on my $1,000. I've been doing it for years. I may have a better credit score than you,
Yeah.
who has 10,000, 20,000, because I've been able to utilize my money wisely within the scope that I've been given. So, some of us also sometimes want to venture into other businesses like opening up some small businesses with partnership and all of that. First of all, you should know that everything here is by law. You
Yes.
cannot just get up in your room, open a barbering shop, and people walk in and you are barbering. No. If you're a good barber, that's you may have your garage, but make sure you register it.
Good.
Else the law will catch up.
Good.
I mean, taxes are very important in this.
Good.
So you make sure that you are paying your taxes. Anything you are doing on the side, okay?
Pay taxes.
If it's not anything big, that's fine. Maybe you are barbering people's hair, your friends' hair, and all that. That one is not a business. It's like you are reaching out to be, you are helping people. But if you make it a business, you need to register so that you pay the right taxes
All right.
for that. Because at the end of the day, I don't know, when you are applying for green card and all of that, sometimes you don't know who is working on your document. If they look at your history and they see that you were making some earnings, okay, which you did not account for it, they might question you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on who's working. Some people will cross over it and leave it.
Yeah.
But some are very keen. Then they look at all of that.
Okay.
So I think managing your finances is up to you as to what exactly you want. Why did you come to the United States? That should be your first question.
Okay.
Why are you here?
Okay.
Are you here to satisfy yourself, to satisfy your family, or to just go through a system and get out of the United States?
Okay.
So you need to have a plan, and that plan should be achievable.
All right.
Yes.
So
And,
I'll chip in this about side business. So one thing my fellow teachers should know is, just as he's saying, if you seek for the information, you will definitely find it. One thing we should know is people who have businesses in the US are the most wealthiest ones. When it comes to tax filing around February to March, this is what happens. People with lots of expenses get tax refunds. So if you have a side business fully registered and you pay taxes, you have expenditure to back your tax filing, it will shock you the amount of money you get as tax refund. So guys, I made a video on that, and the views on that, we have about almost 500 people on our page, and even I don't have 300 views on that video. It's not important to us, and this is the same attitude of Ghanaian teacher back home in Ghana. We had that problem. We have brought it here. It was taking me so long to make that video because I didn't have so much experience, but I took time, went through the system, research about information and other stuff. If you want to have good tax refunds, if you have any business idea, go and register it. Go and register it. If you tender in your expenditure, you'll be shocked, and it will even help you when it comes to applying for green card, because you are also contributing into the US system. So guys, information day. So let's open up. If you don't want to ask me, you can go. This the ChatGPT is there. It can help you how to register for a company, other stuff, and that's it. And Mr. Dinyara, any hints on investment apart from high yield savings account? As I said, I have a video on that. Many people haven't watched it yet, but as long as you've stayed here, any hints on investment for J1 teachers?
Yes, I think currently you we have this crypto and all of that
Mm-hmm.
that's going on. Yeah, so I have Selassie is a very good I mean person we can contact. He's
Good.
dealt deep in
I
crypto.
think I need
Yes,
another interview with the two of you. Okay, the three of
yes,
you, Mr. Owen and
yes.
Salasi.
Yes, yes. Selassie is good at that. That anytime I'm having challenges with some of them, I call him and say, "Hey, I want to do this. What do you think?" And he will give me, you know what? Okay, let me go check it. And he's very proactive.
Good.
I must be honest with you, Selassie is very proactive. He will just say, hey, hold on, let me check on this. He will just go and say, oh, this one is not yielding the way I'm looking at it in the next 4 or 5. Okay, this is what we have to do. So before you invest, make sure you have the right answers to the
Yeah.
questions you have. Why are you even investing? Is it money you want to, you need it now? If it's
Mm-hmm.
not something you need it now, because investments are long term. You have the long term, short term. So if it's something that will have some $1,000 somewhere, you want to touch it now, you can put it in and put it on. In the next 5 years, in there, and you're going to get. I did some investment. I transitioned to J. Yeah, sorry, H1 visa. I was a little bit constrained. Took that money out to support some of the things I was doing. So I think I left center before in there. I didn't know. I wasn't even paying attention to it. I wasn't paying attention. Then one day I was like, let me just have fun and see what I left there was not even up to $10. Do you know what I got back the day I checked?
How much?
About $400.
Wow.
So I'm like, that is, I forgot about it. And it was just like 2 years. I left it there and I got $400. So I was like, oh, wow. I told Celeste, look, I left this thing there. I got
Compound
this.
interest.
Yes, I got this. I wasn't even, I thought that account was even closed. Not knowing the little I left there was what for me. And I made like $400 from that part. So investment is not something you always have to think of. It's not if it's money you need tomorrow, please. You
Don't.
can't invest it. Yeah. So you should think about like 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, 4 years. Look at the time you're going to stay here. Give yourself like 5 years. Take that 5 year investment. And that investment is yours forever. Anytime you want to think you can do withdraw your money just and just live with it. Yeah. Those of you want to invest in real estate, that's fine. Yeah. But ask the relevant questions. All I'll ask you to do, please ask the relevant. There are scammers in the system
Yeah.
and they will take your money and you'll be stuck. So please ask the relevant question. Stabri's platform is here. And you can go to the diaspora teachers group, ask for support, and they are ready to help you out. Yeah. But as I indicated, Stellati is a very good resource. Yeah.
I'll contact
We
him.
can invite you here
Yeah.
and he will educate a lot of members. But Ghana teachers, please, let's take it serious. Let's take it serious because some of those things has affected us here. And we don't have to let people go through it before they learn lessons from it. Yeah.
All right. I think it's we've spent like 1 hour 25 minutes. Now, your last words for people back home trying to enter, people here doing a teaching job. So, last advice. We've talked a lot, and this interview has been very, 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 very fruitful because we've cut almost every corner. So,
Right.
any last words for new candidates and those who are teaching over here as well?
All right, my colleagues back home, those of you who are here, a few advice I want to give you is don't lose hope if you are determined to come here. There are so many platforms, there are so many agencies, there are so many sponsors that are, running this J1 visa thing. I think the H1 because of this new, 100,000 thing. I don't know if they are still working on that, but please don't be frustrated. Go for the right information, get the right documentation, and keep trying. Keep trying. Just put in the application. You may not hear from them, you may be declined, you may be denied. Just keep trying, push through it. When you get denied, request for why you have been denied. And look, read the information, why you think you've been denied. One thing I needed to let you know your references. If you may use a reference for a year or 2 years ago, and you are applying this year, you should know that you have to change. The reference date has to change. I was helping some people out, and the reference letter they brought was like 2021. How can somebody write you a reference for 2021 and you think that same reference is relevant? No. Maybe the person has changed his mind about you.
Mm-hmm.
So your reference should be within a year or 6 months. Okay. So those are some of the things they deny you and you are not aware of. Some companies also look at your kids. How many of you are traveling with you after 4 weeks?
Yeah.
Enter now all your members, all your family members. Maybe some of them are below 5 years.
Don't add them.
Places like this will deny you. Why? Because childcare
It's
is expensive.
expensive.
So you may wonder why have they been denied. All those things, information you provide are the things that are denying you. So please keep trying, put in the effort. If you need help, we are here. We can guide you through what you need to do. Your transcript evaluation is very key. You need to evaluate your transcript and make them ready at all times. Don't think that because you're not traveling. Driver's license. Some of you in Ghana, it's a struggle. Do you have a driver's license? Oh, is that mini car? I don't have a car. You don't need a car to have a driver's license. Okay. And the mini car, then, who says you should have a driver's license to drive somebody's car? Go get a driver's license. Get your passport. Okay, get a passport. Now the passport is been 10 years. So you can get it and put it down and get ready at all times. When the opportunity comes, hey, you are gone. Those of us here, please, let's take our job seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I know it is tough for a lot of us because it's not our fault. These cases are very disruptive. They make your job very difficult for you. But we need to sit back and have self-reflection every day and ask yourself, why are you here? How can I make myself better? And how can I make my student love me and interact with me? There are so many things you can do. You attend some of their sports games, you attend some of their interest activities, or you need to build a rapport with these kids. Not everybody will love you, not everybody will like you, but you should try. Try your best. Let the administrators, let the principal know that you are putting effort in making sure that your classroom is well managed, your classroom is safe. What principals look for is a safe classroom.
Yeah.
If they come to the classroom and the classroom is chaotic and people are running, jumping tables and all of that, it means that you have lost the kids and you are not fit to be in the classroom. They are prepared to get rid of you than they being getting rid of. So the principals will come for you first. So make sure that you are in the good books, do whatever is important, and also ask questions. The problem is we don't like asking for help. Okay, incident came and I said, no, it is not the principal that we need to attack. It is us. How can I help you? I'm ready to help you to write your lesson plans, do your strategies, teaching strategies. And after putting all those in place and it's not working, you have that conviction that hey, you tried. But if it comes and you haven't tried all of that, it will be a painful incident for you. That you come in just 1 year, you are being fired. And getting a new job is
It's not easy.
so that's what I have for those of us here. I think we'll have another section where we
Yeah,
break it
definitely.
down
Definitely.
systematically what you have to do in the classroom, how do you manage these kids in the classroom,
Yes,
what are
definitely.
some of the things you can do to make the student like your lesson that you are teaching.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
definitely.
So we have walked through that. I walked through that, a very chaotic environment into a very safe environment I find myself now.
All right. All
My
right.
kids, they are like the Ghana kids.
Wow.
Yeah. You said shh, they are quiet. Talk, they talk. Do this, they do it.
I'll chip in this funny thing. So I think last week before the Thanksgiving break, there was a facilitator for one of our PDs, and they were going around to inspect classes.
Right.
And immediately my eighth graders, who are always stressing me up, saw those facilitators, they said, "Hey, someone is here. Behave. Let's behave." And I said, "Oh, so you are very, very
No,
much intentional about what you do
aware.
to me."
Yes, exactly. You know, they like you. One thing is you think that they don't like you. No,
Yeah, yeah,
they like
they
your
do.
personality. They want you to be there. I remember back in Colombia, they would say, "No, we don't want him to get fired. We need to be good. We
Oh,
need to be good for him. We need to be good. We love him. He's good." They know they know who they are. But the point is this: because of cultural differences,
yes.
we don't understand. And also, some of us we think that the students should understand this. We are one out of thousand.
Yeah,
And this is all they know. We have had an opportunity of having a Ghana experience and US experience. So we know the difference. They don't have any difference. All
yeah,
they know is this system. So you don't have to let them, they should know. No. How old are they? They should know. They should know. No, they don't have to know anything because they've not traveled before.
yeah,
Okay. So you have to try to understand them that this is who they are. Okay, now if this is who you are, how am I able to interconnect with you, have that synergy with you so that I can think the way you are thinking? Because if I think the way you are thinking, I will be able to curb what you are
yeah,
doing. So that's all you have to do. It's a struggle at the beginning, guys. I wouldn't say it's an easy thing now. At the beginning, you because you don't understand yourself. There's self-conflict
yeah.
as to what to do. So if you immediately overcome that
They
self-conflict,
are very
you can
lovely,
get into
very,
your
very lovely
mind.
kids.
Yes, a mind, my goodness. They are very lovely kids. Sometimes, you know what, take an off topic. Sometimes don't always be that formal. You have to teach, Some days pause and ask them off topic questions.
Yeah,
Hey guys, this weekend, what did you guys do? What do you want to do? Let them talk. You will get a lot of information from
from
them.
them. Yeah,
Yeah, don't always be that formal teacher. Yes, I'm here. You have to no, you find it difficult. And also let them know that their attention span is
very
very
little.
short,
Yeah,
very short. So in your teaching strategies, my friends, vary it. In one particular lesson, you should have like 3, 4 teaching strategies, teaching styles. You should change it at every time. Videos, writing, short, write-ups, respond to some comprehensive questions,
all
and
right.
come back to. That's some of the things you have to do within one particular lesson.
I
So
think
all work have to be prepared before you
we
walk in
need
the classroom.
a special session for
Absolutely.
teaching
Yes.
strategies, classroom behavior management, and
Absolutely.
other stuff.
Yes.
All right, so Mr. Dinya, thank you so much, guys. Mr. Dinya has done so much good, and we really appreciate his time. It's not easy for such a busy man to apportion 1 hour 35 minutes for us for just informational section. So we thank him so much. We pray God blesses him and replenish all that he's lost. And if you haven't followed the YouTube channel, if you haven't followed the Outbreak on any of the social media handles, please do that. And in a way, we are also trying to help others back home. I'm not saying we should brain drain our country, but we know this cultural exchange program has, in a way, alleviated certain poverty in certain families back home in Ghana, whether you like it or not. Aborigine at some point or traveling to a Western country at some point can change a family's destiny back home in Ghana. So let's do that. I don't support brain drain in any way, but as many people are back home who are not getting into the public sector to work, if we leave, they replace us. If you leave, they replace, and everybody will be happy. So, Mr. Dinya, thank you so much. And
Thank you too.
I'm very most grateful for all that you've spent on us this afternoon. So
Thank
happy
you too for your time.
Happy Thanksgiving, sir. And I'll
You
find
too.
another time. It's not going to be 1 year, guys. You'll definitely go
Yeah.
for him again in
Yes.
December.
Yes. Right. Let's talk more about classroom
Yeah, we'll do
management
that.
and teaching strategy.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that.
I'm ready to share all
All
my
right.
experience.
All right. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
guys.
And
Yeah,
bye
nice to
bye.
see you again. And subscribe.
Subscribe. Yeah, Aubrey on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you too.
All right.
Bye.